in Adobe Premiere Pro. We're going to want to layer them. So take each of them, stack them on top of each other. And the goal is going to be to make sure they all start at the same count in point. That 1, 2, 3 should be pretty well visible. You see here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I've got that visible in each of my layers. And it's even more so when you open it up a bit. So what I'm going to do is make it so that each of my 1, 2, 3s are over top of each other. First, approximately, and then I'm going to get really meticulous. The important thing is to line them all up so you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or whatever your count in was. You have them stacked precisely, super crazy, specifically, precisely over top of each other. See this here? This is not precise enough. It's kind of half eyeballs, half ears. Checking to make sure that you're lined up. It looks good. Let's see what it sounds like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm listening this moment. Okay, so you see everything is occurring at the same time. That's what we want. So once we've got those lined up, we can cut the count in right off. Tracks here. I'm going to remove the counting because I no longer require it. So all I've got at the head is my singing. Let's go back and listen to that. So that's the head. So now the only thing that remains is to design the collage. The sound, the audio is where we want it. You see we aligned all the tracks using the count in visually and audibly. So now we just go layer by layer and adjust it to how we want it to look. I'm going to take my top layer and go into effects. Hello, me effects. How you doing today? And I'm going to adjust the position here. First, I'm going to start with the scale. I'm going to bring it down smaller. So it's, because it's the only one that is highlighted, it's the only layer I see. But if I bring in the next lower layer, you'll see that that's visible and at 100%. So I'm going to take it layer by layer. This one I started at 50%. I'm going to move it over to my top right hand corner. And really all I'm doing is fiddling around with the effects controls on each layer, the visual aspects of it. I come over here, I'm going to put in crop. When crop comes up, I'm going to drag it over so that I get to play with that a little bit. That allows me to move over the elements of the video. You guys know what cropping is all about. Obviously once I have all of my pictures up, I'm going to change some things. But now moving on to the next layer, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make it 50% of the size that it was, half as big. I'm going to drag my crop over so I can play around with that. Same story. Goodbye, wall. Goodbye, camera. Put this one over yonder. Okay, so we can already see we're going to want them bigger than 50%. But this is how it's done. Really, at this point, you're just playing around, creating a collage that you like. And then I do the same with my next layer, and so on. And if I were to continue the process and while continuing the tutorial, it might be another hour or two until I get a balance that I like. And it might take 10 minutes. But that's, in a nutshell, that's how it's done. And if you still have any questions, please put those in the comments.